Homeless youth, which in the Castro community were looked down upon because we're looked on as a disease.
There are some bitches that will try to come up, you know, and try to clock your teeth, but it's not happening because I won't let anybody take my happiness away, you know? No. Just because you're having a fucked up life doesn't mean you have to come and take mine away, you know? And it's just like, I look at people like they're stupid, you know? You can do what you want to do, but if you're fucking with me, it's a whole different story. So, I mean, like I said, you know, there's some people that, like,
new people.
There's some people
but on the other hand, they're
you know, go for
the
what
biggest
they're
hypocrites
for,
in the
and
world.
there's some people that'll try to play like they're happy, laugh and grin, and wear plastic faces, but behind behind your back, they're still trying to, you know, fuck with you and fuck up your program.
I was kicked out when I was 16. My mom's turning 67 this year, and my dad's turning 66. I got the older folks going on there. And they're both from Germany. And they were both raised in the Nazi war. And my mom got some of the ideals of the Nazism. So bring Jewish friends over, or heaven forbid black friends over, was a big thing. Me being gay was just a twist that she couldn't handle, apparently. And they freaked. Well, my sister was like, well, duh. She wasn't shocked at all. My dad was like, I don't care. But whatever your mom says, I have to go with. My mom said, out. He goes or I go. And me, I didn't want to break up a marriage of what now is 38 years, so.
My house life, it's not that good. I mean, I have my ups and I have my downs because I'm in foster care actually.
Parents were raising me to be homophobic, racist, yuppie, pro-Christianity, anti-everything else. I came out to my parents about being bisexual. I mean, my mom, she was kind of supportive in a way. At first, but when my dad proved to, showed to me and my sister and my brothers, and my whole family that he was totally against the fact that I was bisexual, and I was totally convinced that it was a phase. And I said, no one that was attracted to the same sex could ever be spawned by him, and that anybody who claimed to be was just crazy. It couldn't be true. My mom had just completely backed away and became totally unsupportive. I did a combination of running away, got kicked out type thing.
I was raised by my grandparents, and my dad was a retired Navy officer, Southern Baptist family. They didn't so much turn me away as they just, so they didn't really want to get involved with my life, but I think that had less to do with the fact that I was gay and more to do with the fact that, I was adopted by my grandparents, and I was the last of 6 kids that they had raised, and 72-year-old man and his 72-year-old wife want their life, and so they didn't want to be financially responsible. So I can't really blame them for not really getting involved, but it certainly has made things difficult for me.
Basically, before I moved out, it was all like, it was actually wonderful being up under my parents' roof and stuff like that. I mean, the food, you had no bills, no cares in the world and stuff like that. But then once I got around 16 and stuff like that, I got a little big-headed and stuff, graduated high school, learned and stuff like that. I wanted to go out on my own.
Lyric is a queer and questioning community center for youth 23 and under. I'm Robin Richardson, and I'm the Arts and Media Program Coordinator.
I'm Godfrey Mara. I'm the After School Program Youth Recreation Coordinator here.
San Francisco is a mecca for queer youth, and a lot of young people that have a really hard time in their lives in other places they come to San Francisco because they think that it's this really great and liberal and exciting city, and in a lot of ways it is, and it's very accepting. But the problem with San Francisco is that there is very little housing resources available, and it's a very expensive place to live. So young people that travel from other areas might not necessarily know that, and they come looking, for this, like San Francisco to be the savior to them. And then they realize that it's really expensive, and it's hard to get a job, and it's hard to get a place to live, and a lot of them end up homeless. And so it's kind of something that San Francisco struggles with in that way.
Eureka Valley Rec Center is basically a city recreation center, so there's all kinds of stuff that goes on here, from tiny tot programs to senior programs, but one of the main focus of this rec center is that this is the safe space for, again, LGBTQ youth. So this is where the Rec and Park has its actual programming that is designed for that population. My name is Mitch Thompson, and I'm the director of the LGBTQ programming, which is lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer questioning youth programs for the city of San Francisco. This is really where I see young people coming from all over, not only the city, but the United States. When they're homeless, they come here. This is where they see Pride Parade, and people say, come out, and they come to San Francisco, so they come here, and then there's nothing here for them. So right now, I think there's about 30 in this area that are homeless in some way. There's currently about 10 in a queer youth specific shelter. It's like a temporary shelter, but that's kind of an ongoing battle. So the majority of them either are out on the streets, they kind of stay together in a group, or some of them go home with people at night, and some of them stay. There's a couple that live in their cars or the van, so there's a big range even right now.